Did you know that 62% of new listeners are more likely to hit play if they like your podcast artwork? Think about that for just a second. Your artwork could be the reason somebody decides to listen to or skip your show. Now, before you dive into colors, fonts, and design inspiration, let's start with the more technical stuff. You need to meet Apple's artwork guidelines to get listed in Apple Podcasts. And following these guidelines means your cover art will also work in every other podcast listening app. So your artwork needs to be ideally 3000 by 3000 pixels, have a resolution of at least 72 dpi, it needs to be a JPEG or PNG file, and it needs to be in the RGB color space. If you're working with a designer, be sure to give them these requirements so you're not running into any issues when it's time to submit your artwork to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Now that you know the technical requirements that your artwork needs to meet, let's talk about design. Your podcast cover art needs to look great at every size because it's going to show up in a lot of different places. It might be a tiny thumbnail in Apple Podcasts, or it might pop up on a massive desktop monitor. If the design only looks good when it's full size, then it's going to lose some of its impact when it gets scaled down. The goal is to make sure your artwork is still clear and eye-catching, even when it's small. And that means using bold, readable fonts, strong contrast, and a design that doesn't rely on tiny details.